You ever notice how some of the smartest people you know just seem to prefer being by themselves? It's not because they're antisocial or, strange. Nope. It's because they might have stumbled upon a profound truth about human connection, a truth that's so powerful it can almost feel a little terrifying.
All right, let's dive right into this, shall we? Really think about it for a second. Why is it that the people with the sharpest minds, the ones who really get things, so often actively choose to be alone? This isn't some random coincidence, folks. It's a deliberate, strategic choice. See, the core idea here isn't that they're running away from people. Not at all. It's about protecting something incredibly valuable, their own intelligence. They've figured out that constant social interaction, which we're all told is so great, can actually, believe it or not, make them intellectually weaker.
Okay, so let's dig into this concept a bit more. We're going to call it the solitary intelligence. And trust me, it completely reframes how you think about being alone. And right here, this is the crucial distinction. Intelligent solitude isn't about locking yourself away from the world. No way. It's a skill. It's the ability to find real, deep fulfillment in your own company, in your own thoughts. And when you can do that, it actually lets you engage with the rest of the world way more intentionally, way more meaningfully.
All right, first up, we have got to dismantle the biggest myth of all. And that's the idea that choosing to be alone is the same thing as feeling lonely. They are not the same. They're fundamentally different experiences.
Just look at the difference here. Society tells us that being alone is a punishment, right? A sign that you've somehow failed socially. But for people who cultivate this inner world we're talking about, it becomes a total luxury. It's not a sign of emptiness. It's a sign of incredible psychological depth and, ultimately, fulfillment.
So this gets at a really cool idea from the philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer. He called it inner richness. And the concept is basically this. You can develop your own mind, your own inner world, to be so engaging that it's more interesting than most conversations you'll have, more entertaining than most shows you'll watch. It's about building an internal landscape so fascinating that you're just never bored when you're by yourself. And that's exactly what Schopenhauer is getting at with this quote. Think about it. When you're with other people, you're always, even just a little bit, performing, right? You're adjusting, you're filtering. Solitude is the only place, the only time you can be completely, 100% unapologetically yourself.
Okay, let's keep going because this just builds. The next myth we need to tackle is the idea that time spent alone is wasted time. The reality? Something absolutely incredible happens to your brain when it finally gets some peace and quiet. And this isn't just some vague feeling, okay? This is a neurological fact. When your brain is freed from the constant, nonstop job of social processing, reading facial expressions, monitoring someone's tone, figuring out group dynamics, it can finally switch gears and access its highest level cognitive functions. Okay, think of your brain's energy like your phone battery. Every single social interaction, even the good ones, drains a little bit of that power. Solitude? That's the charger. It's the only time your brain can plug in and do what scientists call cognitive restoration. It's literally recharging the mental bandwidth you absolutely need for any kind of deep thinking. And while your brain is recharging, something else amazing happens. It activates something called the default mode network. Now this is where the magic happens. This is the brain state that gives you your best ideas. You know those aha moments you get in the shower or on a long walk? That's it. It's where your brain connects dots you didn't even know existed and lets you truly wrap your head around complex stuff. And hey, this isn't some new discovery. History is absolutely packed with geniuses who understood this on a gut level. I'm talking about people like Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, Charles Darwin. They all deliberately structured their lives to protect huge chunks of time for solitude. Why? Because they knew that's where the breakthroughs were hiding. So you might be wondering, okay, if being alone is so great, should I just become a hermit? And the answer is absolutely not. Which brings us to our third myth, the idea that choosing solitude is selfish or that it's bad for your relationships. Actually, the exact opposite is true. It all comes down to something called attention economics. Just think of your mental energy as a finite resource, kind of like money in a bank account. You only have so much to spend each day. And intelligent people get this. They choose to invest it strategically instead of just, wasting it on social interactions that don't really offer a good return. This leads us to a really key principle, depth over breadth. It's the huge difference between just social activity
Having dozens of superficial friends that honestly just drain you, and true social connection. By being more selective, you free up your energy to cultivate a few really profound relationships that actually make your life better. It's all about quality, not quantity.
And that brings us right back to Schopenhauer. This ability to be alone, it's not a weakness. It's a sign of a strong, independent mind. Because when you connect with people from a place of being whole and fulfilled on your own, not from a place of neediness, that connection is just so much more authentic, so much more powerful.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, we need to completely reframe what it means to be alone. It's not about the absence of other people, it's about the presence of yourself.
So let's be crystal clear about this. Choosing solitude is not about withdrawing from the world. It's preparation for it. It's the complete opposite of escape. Solitude is your training ground. It's where you recharge your batteries, clarify what you actually think, and build up the inner strength you need to go out and engage with the world more effectively, more authentically, and more powerfully. I mean, just think about what you develop in that quiet space. In a world that is just drowning in noise, solitude gives you clarity. In an age of endless groupthink, it gives you creativity. It helps you find your authentic self instead of just performing for others. It lets you develop real depth over shallow opinions, and it gives you the wisdom to see the things that everybody else misses. Honestly, these are modern-day superpowers. And that really is the ultimate question, isn't it? The one I want to leave you with. This whole thing isn't about being afraid of solitude. It's about understanding its incredible power. In our crazy, hyper-connected, overstimulated world, the person who has mastered the art of thinking in silence, well, they have a serious advantage. So the question is, in a world full of noise, what might emerge from your silence?